Good evening, everyone. It's me, Akram, again from Team of Vista Traders. What a day, guys! It was really terrible. Anyway, we can see that Spider fell more than 1.5%. Also, it was gap up during the pre-market hours. We expected it could break even for 50, but it didn't. Since then, it kept falling off, and during the after hours, it also sold some. Anyway, so there was no sign that the stock could rebound. Apple, Tesla, all the stocks, high price stocks basically sold off. Anyway, Nasdaq also fell off, but there was a surprise. Nucor Corporation today announced consolidated net earnings of 2.10 billion, or around 7.67 per diluted share for the first quarter of 2022, which is really good. And the company today rose more than 9%, or nearly 9 to 11%, and it was today's high around we can say between 186, something like that. Anyway, making it the most profitable first quarter in the company's history. By comparison, Nucor reported consolidated net earnings of 2.25 billion. That's quite a lot, right? For the fourth quarter of 2021, which was around 940 million probably, which the diluted share could be $3.10 per share. Anyway, the first quarter of 21, which is also great. Nucor consolidated net sales increased around more than 1%, which is about more than $10 billion, or less than 11, between that price. Anyway, the first quarter of 2022 compared with 10 billion in the fourth quarter of 21 and increased 50%. Well, some of the report says it's more than 50%, which is compared to $7 billion the first quarter of 2021. The average sales price per ton in the first quarter of 2022 increased more than 2% compared with the fourth quarter of 2021, and increased 68% compared to the first quarter of 2021. A compare which has instinct value, a total of around 6.39 million tons were shipped to outside customers in the first quarter of 2022, which is similar to the fourth quarter of 2021 and decreased 11% and compared to the first quarter of 2021. So the average scraps and scrap substitute cost per gross ton used the first quarter of 2022 was $495, which is like 3% decrease compared to the 508 in the fourth quarter of 2021, and a 22% increase compared to the 405 in the first quarter of 2021, which is really great. Also, the company's financial strength is quite average as of now, but so far so good. The fourth quarter analysis as of now, we can see that if we compare, like today the stock price completely, it took nearly over an hour and so on, and it rose more than 11%, but it didn't hold the price and it sold off, and we are expecting that it could sell off in the next couple days too. But if the support holds above 170 or below 175, there is a possibility that the stock price could bounce back around 185, and 185 and so on. Also, we can say that currently the stock is slightly overbought, and the support could easily hold between 162 or 170, between that price for now. Also, we have another support above 150 or less than 158, so which is really good, because so far today people around traded nearly over twice the volume, which is more than 7 million shares, so which is really great for us. Anyway, so far you can see if it breaks even, there is a possibility that in the monthly range that the stock could easily hit $200 or above $200, so which is possibly 15% to 20% gaining. Also, you got to consider about your stop loss price. So we are considering to keep it between 5%, 3 to 5%, which could be a bit above 170 or below 175. But we're gonna make sure about that, whether the price is holding or not. So this is one other thing. So far the stock is quite good. The RSI above 70. It could mean that either the stock price is in the lasting uptrend or just overbought. Yeah, it is highly overbought as of now, I can say that. uh, mm, on the other hand, the MACD positive so far and above its signal line, so which is really great. But we are really we got to be sure about that, because the stock price could fell off as well. The configuration is positive overall. So moreover, the stock is trading above both between 50 to 40, the moving average respectively. The price range could be 175 to, let's say, in 15 minutes range, it could be between 170 to 80 for the next week, probably, if it holds. If not, we'll be seeing it around 165, somewhere like that, and it could bounce or it could fail off for the rest of the weeks too. So this is the one thing we should be worried. But overall, finally, Nucor is trading above its upper Bollinger Band, so which could sending the price above 185 if it holds the price, the volume which we have right now, so which is quite great anyway. So we can see that the Nucor is currently quite really great stock so far, though it gives indication that it's being significantly overvalued. Yes, we agree to that. And the company's financial condition so far is really highly profitable, and its growth rank is very much higher than we can anticipate. This is one another thing that you should know. And so far the valuation is pretty much undervalued. Some analysts thinks that, but comparatively, if we compare with the growth and stability and the financial health, you could consider that the stock price is modest. So we can expect that it could surge more in the next quarter as well. Couple months ago, we alerted that stock around $118 to buy it, and it took months long. It took months long to bounce back. So we had a breakout point, and we anticipated that it's going to cross over 120, and it did. It took months, but it did pretty well. It rose more than around, we can say that, let me check it out. Rose it rose more than 25% so far, so which is really great. For a stock like this, it took months, but it's still quite okay with that, I guess, because there are people who just only hold the stock. There we go. So here we alerted it around in October. October. So far so good. It took months long, but it's still quite okay with that, those people who consider to buy this type of stock. Anyway, so this is it for today, and hopefully those people just consider to buy and hold for a long period of time. I think you can consider this NUE stock, and for a monthly basis swing stock, which is quite good for you guys. It's much safer. You don't have to hold the stock for a longer period of time. Instead of holding it, you can just take the profit, and whenever the stock bounce upon a projection or so on, you can take the profit out and then buy it back. So there is nothing wrong, I guess. But comparatively, if you think in a way that as a passive investor, you should consider that, not as like an investor who just buy and hold for years long just to get the earnings and dividend too. So I think that's for today, and hopefully we're going to talk about some other stocks too in the upcoming days. So stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.